Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I did this look right here. I used the Norvina collection palette from Anastasia, and this is the third one with the blue packaging. I love this palette. A few of the colors were kind of hard to work with, so pat on the back to me for getting through it. Just before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed and please give me a thumbs up so I know you enjoy these kinds of videos. And without further ado, let's just get into it.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark.
Okay, so getting into this video, I'm going to start by using this proteiny polypeptide cream from Drunk Elephant. And I love the Drunk Elephant products. They're so amazing. This one is really moisturizing. And I'm in Canada right now, so the weather is super cold and dry. So the extra moisture is really good. Okay, so I started to use NARS Valencia, and it's just too light. Like, I misjudged just how light it was. So I'm going to be using this Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Oil-Free Foundation. It's a mouthful. So it just looks like this. And I actually got this like in a PR package. So I'm going to try it out. When I was in Florida, I got this, and I was obviously way more tan than I am now, and this was too light. So I'm hoping now that my tan has kind of faded, this will match better, and it looks like it does. And I don't know, like lately I haven't been liking using a beauty blender for my foundation. I just find that I get better coverage with a brush. So that's what I'm doing, as you can see. And I am using the Anastasia A30 brush. Just looks like this. And I really like this brush. If you're looking for like a cheaper alternative for a foundation brush, you can use the Real Techniques brushes. They're really good as well. I really like this foundation. I haven't worn it, and it's like really good. Like, my skin looks so like clear. Wow. Okay, Shiseido. So for those of you who don't know me, I actually used to work in a department store, and I worked at the NARS counter. I was actually the counter manager, and Shiseido was the counter, like my neighbor in the department store. And I always used to look at their makeup, and I really liked their skincare, but I found that their foundations and stuff were just too pink. Like, the undertone was wrong, which is surprising because they have a lot of like Asian clientele, and most Asians are more of like a yellowy undertone, kind of like myself. But yeah, I found their foundation just to be too pink, so I never like purchased it or even like tried using it. Obviously I would like swatch it, but I just didn't like it. And this is their new foundation, and I really like it. I'm in the color 420 Bronze, and this was sent to me, so I'm surprised that they did a really good job at picking my correct shade. Oh, this is the concealer that I used. It's the Flawless Fusion from Laura Mercier. And I'm going to prime my eyes with it as well. And then blend this out with a beauty blender. Next, I'm going to set that concealer with my Anastasia setting powder. And I mixed the shade Deep Peach with Banana, I believe it is. Deep Peach is more just like my skin tone, and then Banana is like a yellowy powder. And I just like mixing them because I don't know, I need to use them up, and just gives me the perfect shade. So I'm just going to set that. And I really like this setting powder because it's not too drying. Like, I do like the Laura Mercier and the Huda Beauty one, but I find them to be like really drying. Obviously if you're baking, I had powder on my boob, but obviously if you're baking, it's gonna like dry you out under there. But I find that this Anastasia one isn't as bad as all of the others, so I really have been liking it. Oh, I'm so like OCD, like I hate when I'm doing my makeup and my hands get all dirty, like it just bothers me. Even like palettes and stuff, I'm very like anal about my things, and I don't like. Anyways, moving on. Okay, and I'm just going to wipe off that setting powder because like I said, it's drying and I don't want to be super dry. I really like this foundation. Like, this might be my new favorite. Okay, now to bronze. I'm gonna use the Anastasia powder bronzer in the color Cappuccino. I've usually like been using the mahogany color, and mahogany is more red. I can show you guys just so you see what I mean. Almost dropped it. Okay, so this one here is mahogany, this one's Cappuccino, and I like this one, but like I mentioned like 5 times already, I'm not as tan. So I'm just going to be using Cappuccino to kind of bronze my face up. And this is a NARS Kabuki brush. I don't remember the name of it, but it just looks like this. Yeah, so that's like the perfect bronze. I feel like mahogany is just a bit too deep for this color of foundation. Is anyone else like that? Like, I can go from like the whitest to the darkest person in a matter of like months or like even days. Like, I tan so fast. It's funny. I'm gonna take this NARS number 13 brush with the same bronzer and just kind of contour my nose. Like I always say, don't forget to get this part just underneath your brows because it really helps to bring your nose in. I really don't know what look I'm going for yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Prosecco Pop highlighter. Stay open. My Prosecco Pop highlighter from Becca. This is like my go-to highlighter because it's not too gold and it's not too yellow or too white, if that makes sense. It's just like a good shade for my skin color. If I want something more gold, I usually reach for my Jeffree Star King Tut highlight. Yeah, anyways. For brows, I'm just using my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the shade Ebony. And then to set it, I'm just using the clear brow gel from Anastasia as well. This one is my favorite. Okay, so now that our base is done, I really love this foundation. Like, I almost just want to stop and be done with my makeup and just put on mascara, but I really want to play with the Norvina Vol.3 palette from Anastasia. It looks like this. I haven't done a tutorial with this. Ooh, some ASMR. No, but I haven't done a tutorial with this palette, so I really want to play around with it and see what it's saying. Looks like this. So pretty with all the blues and greens. I really want to play with some color just because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. So that's what we're about to do. And I really like these palettes because they come, oh, you can see my computer. They come, oh, there's me. They come with a mirror. So I really love that. These are great for traveling. The Vol.3, I believe it is, has more like browns and like orangey neutrally shades. So me personally, that one is my favorite. The first color I want to use is B5. I'm gonna go in with. So that's this color right here. I'm going to put that into my crease. And this brush is a A5 by Anastasia, and that is super pigmented. So from what I remember, these Norvina palettes are not tricky to work with, but they require more patience because you do have to blend them out really well, and they are really pigmented. So if you are looking at getting this palette, just keep that in mind, because in my opinion, it's not very beginner friendly. And one thing I really suggest is taking your time and building the color up. Don't put too much on right away because it's just gonna be way harder to blend out. So just take your time and slowly build the color up. And it's so funny because I used to love doing like crazy colorful looks, and now I'm just like boring, and I like doing more like sultry, sexy, you know, like more simple soft glam looks. So this is gonna be interesting. I feel like I haven't worn color in so long, so just bear with me. Hopefully hopefully this goes well. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna take E3 and put that into my crease as well. I'm so scared. Oh my gosh, this palette, you really gotta be careful. Okay, I took it a bit high and I'm not loving it. So I'm gonna show you a little pro tip. This is something that I learned when I worked for NARS. So I'm just gonna take my setting powder, a translucent setting powder works best, but you're just gonna take a fluffy brush like the one that I'm using and put that where you want to blend the color out, if that makes sense. So on the edge of the crease color, put that setting powder, the translucent you can use, or just your color, and blend it out. And it will really diffuse that color out. So I'm taking E3 again and putting that into my crease. Like I said, this is going more green. I wanted more of a blue, but we'll make it work. Next, I'm gonna take the color A2 right here, and I'm gonna put that just above my crease to kind of fade out that blue a bit. So I'm just taking that A2 color and blending out the B2, which is the blue in the crease, just to kind of diffuse the color a bit. And I just have really got to take my time and be patient blending this out. And what I'm doing is using more of a packing motion to really deposit that color, and then sweeping it to blend it out. Oh, this is so fun. Like I said, I haven't really been doing like colorful looks lately, and I miss it. Like now I see why I used to love doing them, because it's like painting for your face. I'm gonna go back with the B5 and pack that color back on. I hope this video isn't like super long, just because this does require a lot of blending, and I don't want to like rush and not have it turn out the way I want it to be. So I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. Next, I am going to cut my crease using this Photo Focus concealer from Wet n Wild. This is in the color Light Ivory. I don't even know what this concealer is, but it's light, so I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna take it on this crayon case brush. It's like a flat brush, and I'm just going to cut my crease.
Purchase your tracks today.
Okay, so I'm going to take the color A5, this guy over here, and put that on my outer corners. Okay, next I'm gonna take A3 and put that on the inner part of my eye. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyes with the Revlon Color Stay eyeliner.
Purchase your tracks today.
This look is like stressing me out. This palette is good, but a few of the colors were just so hard to work with, and like anyways, let's just wrap this up. I'm going to use the color E3, this guy down here, and I'm just gonna put that on my lower lash line. Okay, now I'm just going to use my Lash Paradise, is it focused? This Lash Paradise mascara. And I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes off camera, and I will be right back. I got my lashes on. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with this Morphe Sugar Pie liner. Then I'm just going to dab a bit of this Anastasia liquid lipstick in the color Peachy. Okay, I don't like this lip at all, so what I did is tap a bit of the color on Mute. It's from Anastasia as well. And then I'm just going to go and use this brown liner and kind of darken it up. And lastly, for lip gloss, I'm using this one from the Crayon Case in the color Clean Kisses. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. As always, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you do so and click on the bell so you're notified every time that I post a new video. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next one.